Alright, TTC. How is everybody? Now I don't even have to ask y'all what is going on because we all know what's going on, and that is that college football starts tomorrow. I hope everybody's excited as I am. It feels like being a kid at Christmas, every single year. I'm definitely one of those hope springs eternal people. So I'm feeling extremely happy about that, feeling very hopeful for my team, and I wish best of luck to everyone, especially in regard to injuries. Nobody wants to see any of that happen, so best of luck to everybody. And of course we're going to start talking about our first opponent, which is of course Texas A&M. We've never played them. I really have definitely not hatred, no disrespect or anything towards Texas A&M. I think they have a great coach. I would, if he was in line to succeed Spurrier, I'd love to see that, in all honesty. Because, I'm very much a supporter of Sumlin and what he does, and I think he's a brilliant coach. As far as my thoughts for this game, I know that a lot of people are saying, well, A&M doesn't have Johnny Football anymore, so they're just doomed. I think that's just way too simplistic, and so I'm going to talk more in depth about this game, because it's more than that. It's more than just, oh, we should beat them 100-0 because they don't have Johnny Football. It's ridiculous and stupid, and that's the lazy man's interpretation. So generally, at least on paper, we are a better team, but I'm not a homer, so I'm not going to say we're better in every regard. First and foremost, they have an advantage over us in terms of their rushing / offensive line protection versus our defensive line, at least right now. Because as we all know, we have two new starters. Apparently, we're starting with the 3-4, so I'm be interested to see how that works. But we'll have Surratt and 2 new starters on that defensive line. That Texas A&M has for the last several years had a very good offensive line. They have a tackle now whose name escapes me, but is being predicted to be the 3rd consecutive first-round pick. They're coming from left tackle from A&M, so they're not going to be a pushover on the offensive line. They have a very good rushing attack. They have 3 backs coming back for this year that all average over 5 yards per carry. So we're going to have to be aware of that, and the fact that they have the advantage over us in that regard. So I think that will factor a lot into what they try to do, and I think to an extent they're going to be successful doing that. I think that they will be able to get their rushing yards, especially with us breaking in a new defensive line. I have confidence that as the season goes on, our defensive line will get better and better, and not be a strength of the team per se by the end of the year, but I think that the doubts about the line will be erased by 5 or 6 games in, I would think. But excuse me. So overall, as far as Texas A&M goes, they're going to be dangerous. Let's go ahead and be honest about that, Carolina fans. We play them every year now. 2-3 seasons from now, they're going to be a threat to us. Especially with the recruiting they've been doing, it's been insane. And they have the #1 quarterback coming in. Sorry, Clemson fans. I've heard a lot of y'all say that Deshaun Watson was the #1 quarterback. He wasn't, and that's all there is to it. You're just wrong when you say that. The #1 quarterback was Kyle Allen, and he went to Texas A&M. End of story. So if he progresses the way that he should, and also if Kenny Allen can beat him out, that kind of speaks well for him. But that's a lot to be seen. So we have to be cognizant of the fact that they're going to be a threat to us. I prefer to think on the positive side they'll be a marquee win for us in the next couple years, but we can't just keep thinking again Johnny Football's gone, so we're just going to roll them just over and over and over again because they're trash without Johnny Football. That's just crap. So again, they're going to be a threat to us. I don't see it this season, but they're going to be a threat. So I like that our defensive line is going to be tested early, because right now that is a spot of inexperience for us. I'm not going to say it's a weakness because we don't know how. We know how Surratt's going to be very well, by the way. But we got the Dixon boys that are going to be starting, and we got Darius English, and also Abu Lamine coming in from JUCO. I'm very excited to see what he can do. From what I've read and studied, he seems like he could be very good with thick, stout, run-stopping defensive tackle, and we could definitely use that. So I'm glad that we're going to go ahead and get tested early. Take a few learning curves right from the get-go, especially in a team against A&M. In that otherwise, I think we are a better team, but our defensive line is going to get knocked around a bit early, and learn from those mistakes in a game where we can still have enough overall talent to win. So I like the fact that that's more than likely going to happen. Another, what I think is a lazy man's prediction, is that it'll start out being pretty much all ground and pound, both sides of the ball, or both teams, because we do have Mike Davis, who's one of the best backs in the SEC. Of course, we're going to go to him because he is so great, but I don't think that he's going to be the security blanket that it's been made out to be. Because number one, Spurrier has confidence in Dylan Thomas, or he wouldn't be there. And it's just the way that Spurrier is. So he's going to expect Dylan Thomas to come in and launch accurate long balls whenever he says so. Because if you can't do that, you can't throw the long touchdown whenever Spurrier says do that, you're not going to be a quarterback to Steve Spurrier. That's it. That's all there is to it. That's the way that he works. And you're all the better for it. So I don't buy into this. We're going to just soften up the defense for the first quarter or first half with Mike Davis and just kind of baby Dylan Thomas in. We've already seen that's not the case. It's not going to be the way that it is. Dylan has come in, first play being expected to throw the long ball. We've seen that with, I believe it was North Carolina last season. And of course we saw it in the Outback Bowl against Michigan and a few other times. So, long story, slightly shorter, that's a bunch of nonsense. As far as a straight prediction goes, I think our offense will pretty much roll a good bit of the time, not all the time. I don't think that we're going to come out and be able to do whatever we want, whenever we want, although I'd love to see that more than I can tell you. But overall, I think that we come out knowing that we have to make a statement with this game, and also having a little bit of mishaps here and there on defensive line. So A&M's going to score some points on us. They're going to make some plays. They're going to get some rushing yards. I would be shocked if we hold them to less than, I would say 120, 125, somewhere in there. But more than likely, I think they're over 150 at least. But nonetheless, I think that we have enough playmakers overall to take the game. I think that both Demir Bird and Shaq Rowland catch touchdown passes within the first half. So, just another random prediction there. Final score I'm going to call, I think we're going to take it 38-24. I feel pretty confident about that. So that's what I'm saying. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Always welcome. I'm always glad to hear other comments. That's about all that I got. Just wanted to preview A&M for you. Like I said, I have no disrespect or whatever, hatred towards A&M. I think they're going to be a great team. I'm going to be worried about them the next couple seasons, but we have enough to take it this year. So, gotta take it easy. Good luck to everybody's first round game, or week 1 games. If I have time, I'll talk about the Georgia-Clemson game, because that seems to be kind of a hot topic around YouTube these days. Kind of wish both teams could lose, honestly. But we'll see if I have time to do that. Alright, y'all take it easy.